Good evening, everyone. I am online. If you're online, please join me. Let's do this together this evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Omobabiri Adiola Oshideko, and I want to warmly welcome you to today's edition of the program, the show that we used to have every Monday evening, Crystal Clear with Omobabiri Adiola. Today we'll be talking about the act of kindness. We'll be talking about the act of kindness. Shemilore, you are disturbing me. Good evening, Madam Adebayo. Good evening. You're all welcome to today's show. Thank you for joining me. And today we'll be talking about the act of kindness. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Omobabiri Adiola Oshideko. I am a writer, a public speaker, a published author, a training consultant, and a personal development coach. This evening, I will be talking about the act of kindness. We've talked about, good evening, Aisha, how are you today? I hope you all had a good day. I hope you all had a very wonderful day. Today, we'll be talking about the act of kindness. When you hear the word kindness, what does it mean? Is kindness restricted to some particular set of people, or is it just for the people that are naturally born to be kind, or is for everybody? When you hear the word kindness, what comes to your mind? So I want to know where you are watching me from. I want to know where you're watching me from. I want to know if you can hear and see me very clearly. If you can hear me and see me very clearly, please say hi. Say hello in the comment section. Good evening, Mr. Yokunle. Thank you for joining me. This is a program that I hold every Monday evening by 8 p.m. And on this program, we used to talk about a lot of societal and relationship issues, especially relationship with friends, family, work colleagues, acquaintances, people in our environment, people you live together in the same neighborhood, people you attend the same worship centers together, and the rest of it. So today I said we'll be talking about the act of kindness. When you hear the word kindness, what comes to your mind? Can I have some opinion from people watching? Can I hear from you what the word kindness means to you? When someone say she's being kind or he's being kind or I'm being kind, what does it mean? While I'm waiting for the responses to be flowing in, to be rolling in, let me just read what I have here out to you. Good evening, Prince. Oh, good evening, Prince. I think this is the first time Prince will be joining me for the program. You're highly welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we'll be talking about the act of kindness. So I have here that the society is messed up today because people are no longer kind. They no longer show kindness to each other. We don't show kindness to ourselves again. The environment is now very hostile and harsh. People are now very bad-tempered. People no longer love people in their environment. Why? What happened? Why did we get to where we are now? It is because something is lacking, and that is the act of kindness. Naturally, we're supposed to be kind. All of us, we're supposed to be kind. But what did we see today? We see a lot of harshness. We see a lot of hostility around us just because people are not kind again. So let me define what kindness means. Kindness is a spontaneous gesture of goodwill towards something or someone. When you express a spontaneous goodwill or good gesture to someone else or to something, it might not even be human being, it might be an animal. When you extend good gesture to someone else, it means you are being kind to our fellow humans, to animals and people around us. And one of the ways we can show kindness is through our words. When we are using kind words and deeds, when we generate deep and emotional responses to people around us, that means we are being kind. Good evening. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say hi. I want to know if you're with me. Today we are talking about the act of kindness. And what does it mean to be kind? What does it mean to be kind? While we may not realize it, we are performing many acts of kindness each day. And one of it is when you greet someone in the morning and you smile to the person, you are actually showing an act of kindness. You are actually showing an act of kindness. Being friendly to people, when you are friendly to people around you, you are actually showing an act of kindness. So kindness does not really mean you have to give people money, you have to be a Father Christmas, or you have to be a philanthropist, or you have to be a cheerful giver before you can be a kind person. Yes, it is actually part of it. Being a giver is part of being kind. But I am telling you today that giving people money or material things is not the only way by which we can be kind. We can actually be kind to people around us in so many ways. Now, I have mentioned one of it. Greeting people in a friendly manner, in a smiling, with a smiling face. Being friendly with people, with strangers especially. Being kind to strangers, people you do not even know from anywhere. People that you have not even met before. Being nice to them also means that you are kind. It is also an act of kindness. That is number one way you can express kindness. Okay, Prince Mustafa said, kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Yes, I think I will go more with that last word, which is considerate. Being considerate, putting other people in your shoes. Being considerate, feeling the pains of other people. So it is not just enough for you to be kind, to show kindness to people ordinarily, giving them your money, saying hello, greeting them. You should also be considerate. I think that is a very good word. You should also be considerate about other people. When you're driving on the road, be considerate about other people. Bear it at the back of your mind that you are not only the road user. You are not the only road user there. When you are on the, when you want to go to the ATM to collect money, bear it in mind that you are not the only one in a hurry. So it means kindness goes beyond just being friendly to other people. It is also an act of being considerate, showing empathy, making, trying to put yourself in other people's shoes in order to know the way they feel. Thank you for that wonderful contribution, Prince Mustafa. And so I'm going to the next way by which you can be kind. Another way you can be kind to people is complimenting someone, passing a nice compliment. I am not saying you should be flattering people. Someone that is not looking good, you not say, you are looking good, when you actually know that that person is not looking good. And if the person gets outside, people will be making jest of him or her. That is not being kind. So I am saying passing a sincere compliment, saying something the exact way it is, trying to be honest and trying to be realistic with people. So you can pass compliment. Good evening, Ashiwa Jadelala. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. This evening we are talking about the act of kindness. We are talking about the act of being kind to other people, people around us, our family, our friends, our work colleagues, people in our neighborhood, people we attend the same worship centers, and a lot of people around us generally in the society. And I've mentioned that greeting people with a smiling face and a friendly manner, it is one of the ways you can show kindness to other people. The second one is passing sincere compliments about their dresses, their jewelries, their smile, their laugh, an item of clothing, their caring attitude, and the rest of it. Passing a sincere comment. That is number 2. Number 3 is giving people total attention. Giving people total attention. Giving people total attention too is a way of being kind. In fact, it is not just a way of being kind. It is also a way of respecting other people. For instance, if someone is talking to you now, if someone is having a discussion with you, and you are busy pressing your phone, that does not show that you are kind. The person is actually spending his or her time to explain something to you, and you are busy doing something else, pressing your phone or doing something else. If you are no longer interested in what the person is telling you, you can easily excuse yourself and say, okay, I'm sorry, we won't be able to continue with this discussion. Can we continue tomorrow? Or can we continue this discussion some other time? I think it is better that way than now doing something else, not giving the person attention when he or she has actually come to you to talk to you. So being kind goes beyond, I have mentioned that in the beginning, that being kind goes beyond giving people money or giving people material things. Being kind can come in different forms, and that is what we have been explaining since. Being kind is also you giving your 100% attention to people when they are discussing their issues with you, when they need your help, when they need a shoulder to lean on, when they want you to be concerned. Giving your attention to people is also a way of showing kindness. Another way of showing kindness is offering to support someone else who has a problem. We all have our ups and downs. We all have situations where we'll be in a tight corner and we just need someone to rescue us. We just need someone to help us. Showing that you care, giving someone a support, making your shoulder a place that can be leaned on is also a good way of showing kindness to people. Another way you can show kindness to someone is helping them to heal from a particular hurt, or helping them to heal from a rift. If someone is going through a difficult time, you can actually help them to heal. How do you do that? By offering kind words. By offering kind words. Don't be too harsh when you are trying to talk to someone. If someone has come to you for an advice, if you don't have any advice you want to give to them, just let them go. Just let them go. Instead of you now using bad words or harsh words. You know, at times there are some words that we can even use, and the other person will feel like he or she should go and commit suicide. You are not helping the person. You are even causing more damage. Good evening. You're all welcome. Thank you for joining me. If you can hear me, please say hi and let me know where you're watching me from. Today we are talking about the act of kindness, and I'm trying to explain that being kind to other people is very, very important, especially for us to be able to live peacefully in our society. We need to be kind to other people. The society is messed up today. We are here today. We are where we are today because the environment is so hostile. People are not showing kindness to each other again, and it is really, really affecting us. So I have been mentioning some ways by which we can show kindness. I have mentioned that greeting people in a friendly manner, smiling to them is one of the ways we can show kindness. Giving sincere compliments to someone else about their hair, their clothes, their jewelry, and the rest of it is also a very good way to show kindness. Giving people attention when they come to us, maybe they want us to solve a problem for them, or they just want to pour out their mind about a particular thing they are going through, is also a very good way of showing kindness. Another thing I mentioned is giving people total attention. Giving people total attention when they come to you. Don't be pressing phone when someone is talking to you. Is very bad, and that does not show kindness at all. And someone also gave a comment that being considerate. Prince Mustafa said kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Thank you, thank you for joining me. So being kind is also it also means that you should be considerate with other people, especially putting yourself in their shoes. Being empathic. Consider that they are actually going through a tough time and try to position yourself in their shoes so that you can feel what they are feeling exactly. If you don't feel what other people are feeling, you might not be able to relate with their problem. Put yourself in the position of a woman that just lost her husband. Now, God forbid you losing your husband. Well, what we are saying is that, assuming you are the one that just lost your husband, and somebody is coming with harsh words and saying, hey, you were the one that killed your husband. You will not give him rest. You will not give him peace of mind. You will not cook for him. At that point, the person does not need that kind of words. She needs to be consoled. She needs to be comforted. Maybe over the time when she now gets healed, you cannot call the person and say, did you know what happened so time is actually your fault because you have done this and this. But at that particular time that they are still grieving, it is not being kind of you. Good evening, Mr. John Shano. Thank you for joining us. It is not so kind of you to be using harsh words on them. So being compassionate about other people, being considerate about what other people are going through is also a way of showing kindness. Now, I have said that. Another way of showing kindness, is offering support to someone else when they have a problem or when they want to heal from a rift or when they want to heal from a hurt or from some acts or emotional trauma that they have been through. Now, another way by which you can show kindness to other people is by not making negative comments or negative judgments. And that is what we have today, everywhere, especially on social media. We see people passing negative comments, passing negative judgments without even knowing what that person is going through. Now, people will only come out to tell you what they want you to know about them. Most times, they don't go into details about what they are going through. So, if you cannot actually help them to solve that problem, just pass as if nothing is happening. Good evening, Mr. Adelekon Femisonya. You're welcome. Today, we are talking about the act of kindness, the act of being kind to other people. Being kind to other people is not going to help the other person alone. It is actually going to help you as well. Being kind to other people comes with a particular joy. You feel this kind of joy within you when you are being kind. I don't know about other people, but when I help someone else, when I'm kind to someone else, there's this joy that flows from my belly. Especially when I give something, when I give you a gift, or I give you an advice, or I give you a counsel, or I encourage you, or I motivate you. Anytime something is coming out from me, it is actually an opportunity to help someone else and to bless another person. So being kind is not, you're welcome, my uncle, Idouganiyu, you are welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. Today we are talking about the act of kindness. So being kind is not just about giving people money, giving people house, giving people shelter, giving people clothes, giving people shoes and bags. That is not just what kindness is all about. Giving people job. It is not just about that. Kindness comes in different forms, and that is what we have been explaining since. So another way by which you can be kind to other person is also with your words. Try to be kind with your words. Stop using negative words on people, especially when you don't know more or when you don't know details about what they are going through. Some of us, we are quick to pass judgments on other people without even hearing their own side of story. You'll be like, oh, don't mind her. She's a very harsh girl. That's the way she behaves, this and that. You are so quick to pass judgments when you don't even have a full idea of what is going on. So, an act of kindness also means using soft words on people. Being caring, being thoughtful, being loving. Yes, you caught my video today. Good evening, Mosu. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. Being sympathetic, being gentle, being considerate, being understanding, being compassionate, forgiving, friendly, tender, amiable, unselfish, generous, helpful, supporting, and nurturing. Those are the things we are talking about when we are talking about kindness. Being supportive, nurturing, considerate, especially that part, that consideration part. We have to be considerate about other people. Please share this video. Yes, thank you, uncle. Please, if you are getting value from this video, please, you can share with your friends. Today, we are talking about the act of kindness, and we are explaining what does it mean to be kind. Can we actually survive in this world? Can we actually survive in our society when the word kindness is missing? When the act of kindness is missing in our day-to-day activities? No. The answer is no. You just have to be kind. When you are kind to other people, there is a way it comes back to you, especially when you are kind to strangers, people that you don't even know, you have not met before. Let me tell you something. I have been a beneficiary of kindness in so many ways, and that is why it is not so difficult for me. I don't struggle to be kind to other people because I have benefited from kindness a lot of times. I have been a beneficiary of kindness a lot of times. At times, I will not even, oh, Mrs. Babatude, thank you for joining me. You're welcome. I have seen cases that I don't know people somewhere, and you will just see them rally. Okay, let me just give you a small example. When I got a job in Cote d'Ivoire, when I got a job in this Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan, I wrote the test online. I just browsed for the job. I saw the job online. Oh, this job, Abidjan, where is this place? I don't even know. I just applied. I applied, and like a year later, when I've even forgotten totally that I applied for a job, I got an invitation to do an online test, which I did. I did the online test, and like a month later again, they called me for interview. They said I would do interview. Hey, okay. I did the interview right in my room there. I had like a video interview, and before you know it, I got a job. And I was like, I don't know anybody in this place. This is a French-speaking country that I don't even know anybody, and I've not even been to this country before. I was just skeptical about the whole thing. Someone was saying, yes, it does come back to you most times in 100-fold, even when you least expect at times. So it is actually good for you to be kind to other people. You are not doing the other person a favor. You are actually doing yourself a favor by being kind, because there is a way to come back to you, even when you least expected, just like Musmola said, when you least expected. No, now back to my story. When I got the job, in fact, I could not resign from my job in Nigeria because I was not sure. I was like, is this just like this? Is this how you get a job? And this is an international job, for that matter. This is not just anyhow job. This is an international job. And I'm wondering, is this the way people just get job? You just sit on your computer at home and get a job? So I did not resign my job in Nigeria. I have to come here and see first. I boarded a plane, came here, and when I came, before I knew it, people rallied around me. Oh, you're from Nigeria, this and that. Before you know it, my manager introduced me to the president of the Nigeria Association. And they were like, okay, where are you staying? I said, I lodged in an hotel. They said, no, why will you lodge in an hotel? Why we have association here? No, you can't lodge in an hotel. I have a place you can stay. You can't just be wasting money. And before you know it, they moved me out of the hotel. They got a place for me, even though I paid for the place. But at least I was able to get a place a bit lesser than where I'm lodging in the hotel then. So what am I trying to say? My stay in Abidjan since 2017 has been so smooth, has been so pleasant, because I have people around me. They just came from everywhere, from north, from south. They just rallied around me and made my settling down very, very easy and comfortable. Before I know it, someone, okay, you have children, you will need to fix their school. Okay, let me take you to some of the schools that we have here. Do you prefer English school or French school? And before you know it, I got my children registered for the school. I got settled. I got an apartment. In fact, then I have not been paid my housing allowance or my relocation allowance. Before you know it, they gather money. They gave me, oh, yeah, go and take a house, settle down. When they pay you, return the money. I was just like, hey, is this the way God works? Good evening, Mrs. Pokwala, you're welcome. So, because this is a French-speaking country, I did not have people around me, it would have been very difficult for me to settle down, because I don't know how to speak French, number one. This is a place I've never been before. But what did I get in return? I got the kindness that I've shown to people over the years. I got it back in 100-fold. So, being kind is not just for you. I repeat, it's not just for the other person. It is actually for yourself. You are doing yourself a favor. In fact, a big favor by being kind to other people. For the purpose of those that are just joining us, we are discussing the topic, the act of kindness today. And I mentioned earlier that being kind to people is not just by giving them money, giving them material things. Oh, Julie, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me. I think this is the first time I will be having you on my show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today we are discussing the acts of kindness, and I mentioned some of the ways that you can be kind to other people. I mentioned that when you are greeting someone early in the morning, don't frown your face. We know you have problems. Even myself, as you are looking at me, I have problems. In fact, I am not sure there is anybody on this surface of the earth that doesn't have problem. We all have things we are dealing with. We all have issues. But if you keep carrying your issues on your head every time, you will have more problem. Because you will make more enemies. If you say, oh, you are the only one that has problem, and the next thing is every time you frown your face. You frown your face, even when you want to greet someone. Even when you, thank you, Julie. Even when you want to greet someone in the morning, you are not cheerful. Even if someone managed to greet you, to even answer is a problem. You're not doing yourself any good. Because the thing is, by frowning your face every time, you will be looking old. You will be looking more miserable. You know, there was a time, I think it was last year, November, I was actually going through some things. And you will not even know that I was actually going through that thing. I have a colleague at office that we are from Nigeria. She's like a close sister, you know. I can't really call her my friend, but she's like a close sister. She's a work colleague. We talk a lot. We gist a lot. We talk about almost everything. And you know, when that thing was happening, she actually expected me to be frowning. Maybe she was expecting that she would see it on my face that I was actually going through some things. And it was when I gave the testimony in the church. And I know somebody is here that can testify. Mrs. Adebayo can testify. It was when I actually gave the testimony in the church. She now came to me that, hey, Diola, so you are actually going through this kind of thing and you never mentioned it to me. And you did not even show it. Like, it doesn't even show on your face that you are going through this much. How come? How were you able to manage it? So, hey, madam, hey, uncle, you are not the only one that has problem. People have stuffs that they are dealing with in their corner. Forget about all the social media paparazzi. We all come out fine. We all smile to the camera. We all look good. We all look as if there's nothing wrong with us. But let me tell you, people have stuffs. I am telling you, Mosola, people have stuff that they are dealing with in their inner chamber. It is only when they tell you that you will know. So don't put your problem on your head. If you see somebody smiling on Facebook, like their photo, comment, say beautiful. If you too, if you have the opportunity, take beautiful picture. Life is too short to be miserable. Don't make yourself miserable because of things that are just temporal. I have come to understand that there's some things we go through in life that they will not last forever. They're just temporal, just like what I'm telling you now. What I told you just now that I went through last year. Where is the problem? It has vanished. I can no longer see the problem again. It has become a testimony. That people are even coming to me to say, oh, how did you do it? How did you do it? So, don't be so harsh. Don't be too harsh on people because they are going through problem. Everybody have their various problems they are going through. We are only trying to suppress it. We are just trying, everybody's just trying to be happy. Just try and make yourself happy. Make yourself happy by all means. So one way you can show an act of kindness is by being friendly with people, smiling, greet people in a friendly way. Good morning, Mrs. Mosumola. How are you today? Hope you had a very wonderful night rest. Or hope you're fine today. How is your family? Just greet people, just smile. Smile. Before you know it, that problem self will say, this guy, be like I said, this guy not get my time, or I beg, let me carry my load and leave. Naturally, I'm actually a happy person. I have things that I also deal with in my inner chamber. But you will never know until I tell you. It's not like I'm pretending. I'm not a pretender. I'm not pretending. I have just tried to tell the problem that you are not bigger than me. I am actually bigger than you. And I am powerful more than you. So no problem has the power to surmount you. You can actually overcome every problem. It depends on your approach. So let's move. I have talked about greeting people in a friendly manner. I talk about complimenting people sincerely. We are talking about sincere compliments now. Not when you are flattering someone, especially when somebody is not dressing well and you say, oh, you are looking fabulous. You are looking great. You are looking gorgeous. When you actually know that that person is not looking fine. you want that person to get out. And people will now start saying, see what this one is wearing. See how this one is looking. You know, we are talking about sincere compliments here. If you see somebody looking good, you can actually pass a nice compliment like, oh, you're looking good. I love this, your shoe. I love your dress. I love your hair. You're looking good. I love your jewelry. I love your makeup and the rest. We are talking about sincere compliments now. Telling someone, appreciating people, even if it is someone that is having a lot of things on their mind, ordinarily telling them that, oh, you're looking good today and smiling to them can actually make that thing to melt off. You know, they will just feel this kind of relief within them. Oh, so someone still care about me, so I am still loved, so people still recognize me. Oh, that is good. And even if it is someone that wants to go and commit suicide, it might make them to change their mind. So you cannot emphasize the power of your kindness to people, the power of being kind to other people. You cannot overemphasize it. It is very, very important. Why are we having so many suicide cases today? It is because we are living in an environment that people are no longer kind to each other. I put up a post recently about a young lady that committed suicide. You know, this lady, I don't know her. She's actually like a co-volunteer to one of my volunteer sister. And from what we gathered from what we gathered after the lady died, it shows, good evening, Moso Lukoga, you're welcome. Good evening, Olugbenga Palumi. Oh, you were able to catch up with me today. Thank you for joining me. From the story we can gather from the suicide case of that lady, it was confirmed that that lady has been saying it over time, that she's going to commit suicide. She's actually a twin, and I think she lost her twin sister sometimes ago. Don't mind that Moso is a late comer. We are going to expel her. So from the story that was gathered, it was confirmed that this lady has been saying something like, I will die. I want to go and meet my twin sister in heaven. Or maybe it is twin brother or twin sister, I'm not really sure. I want to go and meet my twin in heaven. I will kill myself. I will die. And nobody is taking this lady serious until one day that the lady drank a poisonous substance and she died. Why? How did we get to that point when someone will be talking about something consistently and people are no longer taking it serious? We no longer take ourselves serious. Some people will even come on social media and they will say, hey, go and die if you want to die. That is their own problem. Is your death going to reduce the cost of Gary? No, you're not being kind. You're not being kind. Using soft words on people. Oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Everything is going to be okay. Even if you don't have money you want to give them. Even if you don't have material. Good words, kind words can actually do a lot of wonders than we can expect. So I am encouraging someone today, be kind to people. Strangers, friends, colleagues, neighbors, acquaintances, pals, anyone you can think of, be kind to people. Your family members, your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, your grandparents, your parents, be kind to them. Some of you have not checked on your parents for a long time. That is not fair. You are not being kind to your parents. Apart from the fact that they are your parents, they gave birth to you, they have spent so much time and energy in bringing you up, in nursing you. It is not kind for you to abandon your parents. Please check on them. Check on people. Mosolukoga put up a post. You're welcome, Ibito Yebolanle. Thank you for joining me. Mosolukoga put up a post last week, and you know it really touched my heart. I am telling you, Moson, it is so disheartening. It is so disheartening when people are saying something that is very serious, and somebody will be saying, go and die if you want to die. How did we get here? How on earth did we get here? The environment is now so harsh, so hostile. People don't use kind words on other people again. People are no longer nice. Is it because of the economy? Now, let me tell you this. The economy does not change who you are. Being in a bad environment does not mean... There is this saying that don't allow the negative things or the negative people around you to bring out the beast in you. Yes, we all have that beast side of us. That if the worst comes to us, we will bring it out. I mean, we'll bring it out live and direct. But don't allow things happening in your environment to make you... You people are disturbing me. Shemilore and Shefim, go inside, please. You are disturbing me. Don't allow what is happening in your environment. Don't allow it to turn you to a monster overnight. Last year, is it last year or upper year? I cannot really remember precisely. There's this man that died. You know, this is a well-dressed man, putting on shirt and tie, going to work early in the morning. And, you know, all these yellow buses in Lagos, I was not actually there. I read it online. I read it from the news online. There is this yellow bus. All these yellow buses, you know the way they drive recklessly. They just drive anyhow. If you are not careful, if you are a Christian, you will start cursing them. You are mad. Just before you know it, you will have ran like 50 curses before you even know. you know, my pastor said something that if you are driving in Lagos, you are no longer a pastor, because before you even know it, you will start raining curses on them. Yes. Bolanle said, thank you for your passion for a changed world, one person at a time. Yes, thank you very much, Bolanle. You know, and this yellow bus scratched this man. Instead of just saying, why did you scratch me? You know, and this man parked his car. This is a well-educated man. Excuse me. He parked his car and he was running after the yellow bus. No, maybe he held the conductor or something. He held the bus conductor, and the bus, the yellow bus, zoomed off. So the man was dragged on the floor, and that was how this man lost his life very early in the morning going to work. What is the essence of the story? Someone is not being kind here. Someone is being harsh here. Yes, we understand that this yellow bus has scratched your car. But instead of engaging in physical battle with them, you can actually shout, rant, and pick your car and just go. And that was how this man died. So the economy is already tensed. Being harsh is making it more tensed. Being harsh is making your life more miserable. The economy, in fact, as we speak today, I know you know the economy, the society, the environment. Yes, let me say the environment. Nigeria environment, as we are speaking, is very, very hot and hostile. And we pray that the peace of God Almighty will reign in our country, Nigeria. We pray everything is going to be peaceful from today henceforth. But I am telling you, the atmosphere is already tensed. People are already angry because Buhari did not win, or because I don't know who won eventually. I think it's Buhari that won now. I'm not sure. But I am telling you that don't mind them that I have sent them inside. They are disturbing me after they have eaten a bar or cross soup. You know, the atmosphere is already tensed. So being harsh is like you are doubling your problem again. Yes, people are athletes. They don't have sanity for human life. People are already facing a loss. Some people are already frustrated on the road. You know, there was a time I never knew the meaning of don't fight. Let me just tell you, this program is a very interactive program that I share some of my life experiences. So I'm not ashamed to tell you any of my stories. Sometimes in 2015, I had fibroid. I had fibroid for like 3 years before God delivered me. If you hear the testimony of my fibroid, you say, hey, you this movement. Some of you know it. Some people that are on my WhatsApp know what I'm talking about. I had fibroid for like 3 years. Eventually, I gave back to that fibroid. Like, I gave back to its life and direct. I gave back like I was giving back to a baby. That is not the gist. Do you know, during this period that I had this fibroid, that was when I actually know the meaning of don't fight. When people say don't fight, some people want to die tomorrow. Don't touch them. Let them just be going. That is exactly where I am then. If you had fight with me, then I would have died. Do you know the meaning of someone to be bleeding? Do you know the meaning? In fact, I was the woman with the issue of blood. I was bleeding for 3 years. I bleeded for 3 years. And within that 3 years, let me just be honest with you. Within that 3 years, I was this 8 months. I think it was from February. This was from February to October. February to October 2016. I was bleeding 8 months non-stop. Do you know the meaning of that? Bleeding 8 months. I am bleeding. I was bleeding 8 months non-stop. Do you know the meaning of that? So definitely, I am lifeless. When I walk on the road, I walk with care. I walk in a way that I don't touch someone. I don't allow anybody to touch me, because if you push me, I will fall and I will faint and I might die, because I am as pale as anything you can imagine. All the blood in my system has dried off. In fact, there was a point that blood was not even coming out of my body again, because I don't have blood again. There was, for like 3 months, I could not go to work. I was at home because I was already lifeless. Now, what am I saying, Hesses? Let's assume now we had issues there and you now pushed me and I now die. Will you not go to jail? You will. You will be jailed. In fact, even me myself, then I know that anybody that pushed me that time is in trouble, because I will die. It was that bad. So what am I saying? Being kind. If you step on someone's toe, just say sorry and move on. You don't need to start engaging in physical battle with them. You don't know what they are going through. You don't know who they are. Maybe they will die to that day, or they will die the second day. You don't know. And you are busy fighting with conductor because of 20 naira. Especially people that lives in Lagos. You are busy engaging in blow. Yes, it was that bad. But I want to thank God today. It is a testimony. It is part of my experience. It is one of the very bitter experience I've had in life. 3 years with fibroid. But the day I would give birth to that fibroid, it was like a miracle. I just gave birth to the eat like, I want to go. I went into delivery and I pushed fibroid out. And that was all. So I am saying, being kind to people, you are not only doing yourself a favor, you are also doing other people. You are not only doing other people a favor. Oh, I have passed my time. Thank you, everyone. So let me just quickly wrap it up by saying, womankind is capable of such beautiful things. And we should not forget that the good that we do have a way of coming back to us. When you're kind to people, you will receive kindness. When you're harsh to people, people will be harsh to you one way or the other later. So I am going to wrap up this discussion this evening by saying a few things you need to note when you are being kind. You know, at times some kindness, if you are not careful, it will turn to something else if you are not careful. Okay, so I am saying, when you are carrying out your acts of kindness, care should be taken not to intrude into people's privacy or not to embarrass them. Use your discretion when you are trying to be kind to other people, especially strangers, people that you don't know before. When you're trying to be kind to them, please exercise some caution. Yoruba will say, that means God will not make us to be kind in a way that it will now later turn to evil, or will now later turn to problem for us. So when you're trying to be kind to other people, you should also bear it in mind that you need to be careful. You need to be cautious. Try and exercise some caution, especially when you are being kind to strangers, especially this age of social media. Please exercise some caution. Another thing is, when you are being kind to other people, don't show it to the whole world. Already you have received your reward. Being anonymous when you are showing kindness is the highest form of kindness, and it makes the receiver, it doesn't make the receiver to feel awkward or to feel indebted to you. It makes them feel relaxed. By the time you are doing something for someone and the whole world knows about it, then what use is it? I know some cases that some people will come to social media to come and say it so that other people can learn from it and maybe they can emulate what they are doing. I am not actually against that. You understand? But I am talking about a situation where you help someone with a daughter's school fees and you go to the neighbor. Maybe the person is your neighbor and she has come to you for an assistance concerning her child's school fees and you were able to help. And the next thing is you go to another neighbor to go and tell the other neighbor that, do you know that I gave that woman 50,000 yesterday for her child's school fees? If not for me, that child will not be in school by now. We just thank God, Sha. Already you have received your reward. Because you are trying to tell the other person so that they can thank you or they can see you as a good person. No, kindness is not like that. When you are being kind to people, just do it like you're just doing it. And God is the rewarder of kindness. Yes, 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 yes. Especially this bomo issue, this kidnappers era. That when you lap another daughter, another person's daughter or son, the daughter or son can turn to snake or turn to stone, and you will now be dragged into something that you don't know anything about. So when we are being kind, use your common sense, use your initiative. Just like the example that I just gave. If someone cannot, for instance, if a woman is entering into a bus with 3 children, and the conductor did not allow her to lap all those, you know, all this Lagos conductor, the way they behave now. They say, oh, yeah, madam, oh, yeah, come down. You want to lap 3 children? No, come down. Instead of you saying, oh, yeah, bring one of them, let me lap him or her for you. Why not say, okay, you lap your sister and pay for them? That is wisdom. That's a discretion. So when you are, don't say, it's a mobile brain that said we should be kind, though. Don't put yourself into trouble by being kind. Especially on social media. Please. Don't put yourself into trouble. Someone will come and say, you know, there was a time they said they're using account number for fraud again. They will say, okay, please, so well, my brother wants to send money through to me from Abuja. My account is not working again. My account is the dormant. Please let my uncle pay into your account. You know all this kind of thing. And at the end of the day, EFCC will be trolling you up and down. So while you are being kind to other people, you need to also exercise some caution. Some common sense. So instead of carrying someone's daughter on your laps in the bus, you can pay for them. Maybe 50 naira or 100 naira. You can pay for them. So that is the example. Thank you, Musipala, for that contribution. That is the example of what we are actually talking about. So I am on the point that being anonymous when you are showing kindness, it is not compulsory you tell the whole world about what you have done. You have just helped someone to get an accommodation and you have just paid for the accommodation. You don't need to start going around to tell people, did you see that place? I am the one that gets it for that woman. Did you see that one? No, you don't need it. You don't need it. You have been kind does not mean that that particular person that received that kindness should be the exact person that will repay you. Most of the time, it is a natural law. What goes around comes around. There is a way kindness comes back to you, even when you least expect it. So when you are being kind to people, have it at the back of your mind that you are doing whatever you are doing it for God and you're doing it for yourself. So that one day you will reap it somewhere. Just like our parents used to say when we were growing up, they say, I am trying to help people because I don't know where my children will find themselves tomorrow. I have just narrated the story of how I got to Cote d'Ivoire to you and how people supported me, people rallied around me because, I don't know, maybe because of my kindness or the kindness of my parents. So when you are being kind, you are not just being kind because of the other person, you are also being kind because of yourself and because of your children. Somewhere your children will reap it tomorrow. So, I have talked about being anonymous when you are showing kindness. And the last one is, the second to the last is, we can also show kindness to animals. You can also show kindness with animals. I remember that when we were younger than this, when we were growing up, in my household, we rear chicken. And all those chicken, at times, when we make our hair with attachments and we drop the attachments on the floor, the hen or the fowl, they will just wrap their leg around that attachment, and you will see that they are feeling pains. They can't move very well because of that. At times my mom will pick, or me, I will pick one of them. I will just use blade, just cut the attachments. Just cut the attachments and make their legs free, and they'll be able to walk. So it might look funny, but it is also an act of kindness. An act of kindness, especially people that have pets. We have dogs, we have cats. Even if you don't have dog, if you don't have cats, don't stone a dog if the dog is not trying to attack you. Being kind to animal too is also important because they are also God's creature. And lastly, don't flatter while trying to be kind. I think I've mentioned that before. Don't try and flatter people when you're trying to be kind to them. Don't say what they are not. Especially if somebody is not dressing well. Tell them, why not change this your shoe and wear a black shoe? Or don't you think if you're wearing a black skirt on this top, it will be more beautiful? Don't tell them, you are gorgeous, you are looking good. When you actually know that they are not looking good. You want them to get out and people will start mocking them. It is not good. So let me just read over these so that I will call it a day. Whether or not we acknowledge it, humanity has a strong bond with nature and we cannot choose to ignore it. And we must also consider our future generation, and this means that we should be more careful in the way we deal with other people. Consider your future generation. Consider your unborn generation. Whatever bad, whatever wrong you do today, they are going to reap it in future. Ah, Mr. Victor, you are just joining me. Oh, I'm sorry. I just finished. Okay, I think so many people are not joining because of this election and compilation of results and the announcement of the president, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. You will do a replay of the video. So thank you all for joining me, especially Mosumola. Let me check your surname. Oshifodurin. Thank you so much. You've been online since the beginning of this show, and you're still online right now. I want to appreciate your presence. Thank you for joining me. I don't know this madam in blue. I don't know her name. She too has been with me. I don't know. Madam, please, if you can see me, can you say hi? Okay, she has gone offline. No, she's not offline. Okay, I don't know her name, but there's this madam I can see here. She's putting on a blue dress on her DP. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you all next week, Monday, by God's grace, when I will bring to your view another episode or another topic that we will be discussing on this program. Once again, thank you very much. My name is Omobabimi Adeola Oshideko. I'm a writer, I'm a public speaker, I'm a published author, and I am also a trainee consultant at Crystal Clear Professional Services. Thank you once again for joining me. I'll see you all next week, Monday. I wish you all a very pleasant night's rest. Thank you.